2 shots of vodka.
Hi, Rosa. Are you nervous?
Of course I'm nervous. Of course I am.
Don't be.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So we're getting into this. So tell us, who is Rosa Kems?
Rosa Kems is just a bubbly person, loves life, loves to enjoy life. Nothing much to eat. I have been swindled.
Damn!
So that's why I'm here.
Reason why we're here, I was going to ask you this next question.
Yes.
But maybe you can introduce in a bit. Why do you want to talk about this?
I think it's only right for me to talk about it because I'm just from watching the documentary on Netflix and also coming to a realization without the women also talking about what happened to them, the next person will not have known. So even for my case, I think I need to talk about it. Maybe there's somebody else who's in the woodworks about to be swindled too. So let me make them aware.
Great. And what would you say? How did you feel while watching the movie?
I felt like I was reliving my life. Like I felt all the lies that were fed to those women were fed to me. So I tend to put myself in their shoes and I get to understand how the extent they went to. So yeah, it happens. It happens.
And how did the hard part?
Ask.
How did it start?
Oh Jehovah. Where do I even begin? How we met?
Mm-hmm.
So just like most of the women we saw in the story, we met on social media. Meeting on social media, it didn't take us a lot of time before we decided to meet face to face. The guy traveled over because he wasn't staying in my city. He traveled over to my house, came and spent the weekend. Yes, but initially we met on social media. Yeah.
And then now you've met.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. How did he sweep you off your feet?
Oh, Jesus. Did he? I'm not even sure. I think I was infatuated for a minute. And I think because it was coming from a different, let me just say, side of life, where he's like a man of God, I felt like, he was a man of God. Yeah, he is a man of God. And me coming from the other, okay, let me just call it the earthly side of the, of the world. So me coming from that end and meeting this man of God who's really interested in me and who's giving me, it's like somebody giving you hope in life, and it's like something you've been longing for. You want to change your life, you want to be this good person. When he came into my life and he was pulling me to that side of like being a good Christian, being a woman of God, I thought, God has sent someone to me. Mungu ametuma mtu.
So he changed you completely.
Oh, yes, he did. Oh, he did. He did. For a minute, yes, he did. Fridays were hanging out days. But with the guy coming into my life, now Fridays were a day before the Sabbath, his 7th day. Yeah, we didn't think 7th day guys can swindle you, but yeah, he did. So on Fridays, I stopped partying. I stopped just hanging out with a lot of friends. So for him, he was like always like, no, these people are leading you the wrong path. So, and I tended to believe that because, okay, he's not telling me to do anything bad. He's just telling me, let's go to church tomorrow. Yeah. So tonight don't go partying and all those things. So I believed him.
Wait, now looking back.
Mm-hmm.
Now wait. I was the friend. I think I should give my background.
You are the friend. Yes, you are that friend.
I will tell.
You need to. No, you actually need to tell it right now.
Yeah, right now.
Yes, right now. She's coming.
Now. Hey! We're even putting this down.
Yes.
Serious business.
Yes.
Now this is what happened. So, of course I used to visit you a lot.
A lot.
And one day I go to Rosie's house and we're seated. Actually, we had dinner. And the first thing before we ate dinner, I'm not used to, we are the athlete people. Rosie tells me
the world.
we're supposed to pray. And
You're actually asked to read a Bible verse and then pray for us. Me, I look at Julie, I'm like,
yo,
chick,
yo.
do you even know how to pray?
Oh, yeah, I prayed.
You did pray. You did pray, and you read a Bible verse. I'm looking, because the guy opened the Bible for you. And he's like, kindly read for us. I don't know if it was John, Daniel, I don't know the verse.
Oh my God.
And Julie's like, yes, you did. Yes, you did.
No, but now, before eating we prayed. And then before sleeping, that's when we read the Bible.
The Bible verse.
Guys.
Yes.
Oh my God. Na hiyo siku nilikuwa nimepigwa exile.
Acha exile. You tell me, what did you think when the first request you had from the guy was kindly let's pray and then the Bible verse before sleeping? What did you think?
One thing, guys, I've known Rosie for so long.
Yes.
And I kind of had a feel of your
the
type.
kind of my type.
Yeah. This guy was off. And I remember telling Rosie, and she was like, no, love.
No, you know love.
Girls, love.
He's such a nice
You always know
guy.
when it's the right
When it's the right
dude
guy.
and everything. Yes. The rest of the story, I'll come back. Let her give us more. So, looking back, can you tell the red flags that were there that you actually lingered?
For me, I'd say there are so many. I think it's just a matter of ignoring them. And because you've been fed so many lies, my first red flag, because the guy used to come and spend weekends in my house. My first red flag was, I think the first weekend, he started behaving funny, like the way you sleep with someone in the same bed, and then they keep turning and they're just like clicking. So for you to be able, women do that a lot, yeah? So you'll find a lady being like, what's up? And then the guy is going to ask, Connie, what's up? And then you'll be like, my mother is sick, or something. So the guy did that to me.
A number of times.
Yes, a number of times. So he did that. So I woke up, I'm like, Connie, what's disturbing you? So the guy like, no, I have a little stress. So you're bound to only ask, what's up? What's the stress? The guy gave me this story about the business he was doing, a tender he had not finished supplying, so he didn't have enough funding to be able to supply that, and then for him to be paid. So I think that night I just ignored, because I came from a point of where, like, you shouldn't give your money to boyfriends, your husband, don't ever. I'm like, don't ever lend your money to your boyfriend.
That's correct.
Your husband, don't ever give the money to him. But here I was. So yeah, that's the first one. The second one is him saying he's professional doctor, pediatrician. But then, and in Kenya, like, these guys are well paid, these guys are doing well in life. But then the guy has chosen not to practice what he's gone to school to study and is able to do a job about, but also deciding to do business that is not paying you as much, because you don't even, at that point, there are so many red flags. So I'm almost picking all of them now. But yeah, he's chosen just to do business and leave his profession behind. Third red flag. That night he kept mentioning to me about his Mercedes Benz.
Oh my God! Wow!
The Mercedes Benz that was just stuck in the garage. It's just been stuck in the garage for a while because he doesn't have money right now. It was quite a lot, but I think my mind had blocked all that. And then when you're in love, you tend to ignore a lot of things. Yeah.
So what would be that factor you'd say made you trust him? Was it him mentioning the Mercedes Benz? Was he mentioning the business and the money he's made before? What made you? Because at least there's something.
I think what made me not really trust him, but what made me go the way I went, or decide to give him the money that I did, was because I think with the tender they had, it was with a big organization. So I did ask for the contract papers, which he told me his sister was keeping. So I never saw the papers. But then at the same time, I think he came up with a story like, we need to go see a lawyer so we can draft down an agreement that you've given me 1, 2, 3 amount of money so that it's a legal document. I'm able to pay you back. So with that, I had confidence like, okay, I think it's genuine. Nobody will want to tie themselves up like that. So we did go, but unfortunately, I didn't have my own lawyer. So we went to his lawyer. So going to his lawyer, he drafted an agreement. So I decided to give him the money. Yeah.
You mentioned the need for the money.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the initial time you say he was almost requesting you, but now you lingered. But now this time round, you decided, okay, let me listen to him and lend him the money. How did it start?
I think that was like 2 weeks into him asking for the money. Because the first time he asked for the money, I just lingered, like, I'm not going to give the money. I didn't comment about it. I just told him I don't have the money. Another thing I have to take note is, I think before this case approach you, they already know you're either able to get the money or you're able to get that kind of lending. You're able to get it. So for him, I think he had done his research. So he knew I had the money and I could get more credit if he needed more. So what made me decide to give him the money? After going to the lawyer, I think the next day he was actually almost in tears. He was almost in tears. Kindly lend me the money. Once I finish the supply, I'm going to pay you, and then I'm going to help you with your debts and stuff. So I'm going to clear you off. And then at that point, we had known each other for a few months, and we were talking about marriage. We were moving fast. We were talking about marriage, so he knew the things I wanted to hear. He knew the things I wanted to, like, no, we are going to have a destination wedding. We even had a wedding list of people we wanted in the wedding. Yeah. So with all that, I think my confidence in him, and once in a while, I'd talk to the mom, the sister, his friends. I'd talk to them, or they'll come. No, the friends will come and visit. I'd know them. But yeah, based on that, I decided, okay, we are doing this for the family. It's us.
So
We're building.
Like,
oh, I was so comfortable. I was so comfortable. So comfortable. But I was like, okay, we're making money. We're making this money together. So I went ahead. I remember the day that I was to give him the first batch of the amount, because it didn't go out as a total sum. I remember the first time I was to give him the amount, it was 500k. So that time I had the money in my account. So the guy told me, instead of you transferring the money to my account, it's going to take a bit of time before I can start with the supply. So what I'm going to do is, can you go withdraw and then you give it to me in cash? Because we already had a legal agreement, I didn't see a big deal with it. So I decided, okay, let me do this. So we went to the bank together. He was standing there. I was handed over the 500k. I gave it to him. And from there, I took him out for coffee. And I paid for it.
We have a problem.
No, I wanted to ask that. Was there at any point this dude took you on a date?
There's a time he bought me mahindi and he brought it to the house and guashe. So, is that it? Do you call that it? Do you call that it? No, do you call that it? Because I don't know.
So, the big question. How much does he owe you? And I know it's a lot, other than the cash.
He owes me cash 1.2 million and owes me a car in the value of around 600. So 1.8.
Oh my gosh.
So tell us about the car.
I think we need a part 2 for that one. I honestly think we need a part 2 for that one. But that was another story. But that is a story whereby I had at some point I came to this realization that this guy is a swindler. And just to take you back, the moment I started dating this guy, I started receiving some funny calls. So when I started receiving these calls, it was from ex-girlfriends and some other friends. So these guys were threatening me and telling me like, your guy owes us money. So and even the ex-girlfriends, and like being just like the Swindler story, being a good girlfriend, what do? Hi babe, who are these people who are threatening my life? Who is this chick who's writing to me all this? So the girl will be like, those are just jealous ex-girlfriends. They're seeing that I've moved on, so I just ignore them. That's the worst mistake I did, ignoring them, because some of them had even sent me evidence that he owed them money, but I still ignored it. And just to take you back a little bit more, before I even handed him over the cash, the first batch of money, the 500k, he came to the house over one of those weekends. He came over to the house, and there's some other people he owed money. So that day he had his checkbooks with him. He decided to start writing checks. It's like, no, I have money in the account, so I'm going to pay this guy. So he does checks of like 900k, 900, that amount. It was going around 2.7 million.
So that was another reason you're like, oh.
I was like, this guy has money. But then I think told me, no, just because the checkbooks were in my house, I decided to just copy the account number. So I know the bank, so I called a friend who works in the bank. I'm like, can you check for me if that's like 2 days after him depositing the checks. And I have followed up and asked like, oh, did you do the checks? Yes. Did you deposit them? Yes. Have they cleared? Yes, they've cleared. Those cases are no longer on my back. So I called my friend. I'm like, I need you to check this account for me. My friend is like, okay, I know it's not the legal thing to do, but as a friend, I can help you. So this friend decides to check the account. I asked the friend, do you think, have you seen any payment of this amount going through that account? And my friend told me expressly, Rosie, there's no amount that has gone through this account. The last amount that went through this account was like 60k. And that was like a year ago. But I still went ahead and gave him the money.
I'm just not ready for all of this. It's just...
Ask me another question. I don't know.